What's up, people? It's your man D-Car on once again with another video of Who Asked You, D-Car? Uh, as always, hit that notification, that follow, and that bell to let you know when a new video is posted. And let's get right into it. I'm going to touch on a couple of things. I'm not going to be too long because there's so many different things I want to talk about, but I just want to touch on a few things. Let's start this off with Jussie Smollett. I'm not going to lie. When I first heard this story, I didn't believe it. It just, from day one, it just seemed suspect to me. I'm like, let's just go off what I call common sense things. If a racist or racist people, if you got jumped, I don't care if it's by racist, if two brothers jump me right now, I do believe there would definitely be more than just a scratch under my eye. That's all he had. If a racist wants to really hurt you, he would have sustained more damage than he actually did. And I think the overall doctor's report or whatever, he had a couple of bruised ribs, and that was it. And then I think my man was performing 2 days later. If he indeed, I hope he did get beat up. I hope it was legitimate. Let me just say that from the door. Because if he did this, if he actually paid those dues, you just made yourself look goofy. If you did this for publicity in terms of promoting an album, or because it can't be because you were going to get written off of the show, because I think I read an article 2 years ago, you were supposed to be gone 2 years ago because you wanted to pursue your music full time. But let's just say, for instance, you did this to promote a new album. Dog, nobody's checking for you. You're a good singer. But nobody is checking for you in terms of your records. And I could go into a whole bunch of reasons as to why I believe that to be the case, but I don't need the gay mafia hitting me in my head talking about, oh, that's homophobic, or you're just being anti-gay. No, I'm not. Nobody's checking for that. Not even you all in your community is checking for a Jussie Smollett album. Continue doing your acting, whatever. Them two African dudes, they gave you up. And it could be multiple reasons. Maybe it is you, like Joe Budden said, he believes that what actually happened, that you was in a club flirting with somebody's man and they beat you up. But because these dudes were extras on your show, it's more plausible that you did pay them. Because maybe you figure, yo, I'll pay you guys. I got a project coming out. You may rough me up a little bit, make it seem like I fought back. And, good. But African dudes is much different. It's like, once the cops put the pressure on them, they gave you up. Like I said, I hope it's not true or whatever the case may be, but it's not looking too good for you, bro. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic because I can't give this dude no more of my energy. Let's talk about Steve Harvey, your man Steve Harvey and Monique. Now, I saw that interview. And I haven't liked Steve Harvey in a long time. Because I think Steve, in a lot of ways, is disrespectful. And then based on what I found out in terms of why Bernie Mac and Steve stopped being friends or talking or whatever the case may be, I have to lean towards Bernie Mac. And I have to lean towards the fact that Steve is just a hater. Now, with that said, I've never thought Monique was that funny. She's all right. When that whole Netflix thing was going down, she didn't deserve Dave Chappelle money. She didn't deserve Chris Rock money. She didn't even deserve Amy Schumer money, and I think Amy Schumer is corny. But she did do something that Monique has never done, and that is sell out the garden 2 times. That's why she got the $13 million that she received for. She initially got either 9 or 10, looked at what Chappelle was getting and what Chris Rock was getting for their specials, went back and renegotiated, and then Netflix was like, okay, fine. She did sell out the garden twice in New York, and she did have one of those movies. Monique is bent in the fact that she won an Oscar and that she was in that movie, the Christmas movie. But I can't even remember. But let's keep it all the way real. That was a black movie, predominantly black audience. So whatever the box office numbers were for that, they're not gonna equate that to what she did. Just her selling out the garden one time was enough for her to get more money than you did. So I'm not gonna base that on a racial gender thing. I just base that on a funny thing. Nobody cares that you won a Tony, an Oscar, Emmy, whatever, because you called yourself the most decorated, comedian ever. Fine. What I do agree with her on is that if she felt that strongly about it, then fine. Nobody was gonna do that. But if you had a problem with Lee Daniels and Oprah and what's the other dude? It's Tyler Perry. If you had a problem with them, I don't think going on the Apollo stage and saying they could suck your blah blah blah, you put that under the guise of being funny. It wasn't funny. You said it in a comic setting, but with the vitriol and the venom that you spit that with, that was personal. It came from a personal place. I get the fact that you didn't want to promote the thing because you did the film for so little money. So I get why once the film started gaining traction, that I support you fully with that. I support Monique fully with that. But then getting back to why I don't like Steve. For weeks they were talking about, they had gotten to it on the show or whatever. So the show must have appeared last week. And I saw what I saw online. And I just think Steve Harvey is a goofy ass dude. One of the things that I took, like, I don't need nobody literally to explain it to me because I know what he was saying. And he was mad. That's why I don't like him, because he's goofy. And he but more or less is a sellout. He said this Negro had the nerve to say the best thing you could do for poor people is not be one of them. Wow. And then somebody posted something online where Steve said years ago that for $4 million he'd act like a monkey and this and that and the other. A couple of years ago, Steve said something right there on that little whack ass daytime show that he has. He don't give a damn about slavery. Nobody don't talk to him about slavery because he don't give a damn about slavery. Then that was something he said that, and I was thinking about something else he said. It probably come back to me, and I'll probably just blurt that out. But Steve is a clown. He's as clownish as those whack ass suits he used to wear. You know what I'm saying? He is a sellout. Because him saying what he said is just like what I said in the previous video, and I wrote this somewhere on my blog or whatever the case may be. Kaepernick, he just won against the NFL. You don't know how much money he got or he received. There are things saying that he might be in the NFL next year. He might either be playing with New England or Carolina Panthers. I don't know. But that whole thing could have been settled if all the black players, and even if not all the black players, but all the popular black players had decided for their teams that they weren't going to play, the NFL would not have been able to move forward. And it's this kind of thinking that Steve projected out there that, unfortunately, it's a lot of people out there that think like that. This this idiot said it's not about the white man, and it's not about the black man. It's not the white man game or the black man game, it's the money game. You idiot. Who you think control the money? The white man. So it's the white man's game and the money game. You telling her to sit back and be quiet. Steve is one of them type of dudes. If you was trying to leave off the plantation, you better go on back. You better not leave, massa. He treat us good. He don't beat us on something. No. I'm like, that's just like Stephen A said some stupidness when Trump won the election, and Colin Kaepernick said, well, he didn't vote, or he didn't want to vote because I'm probably not quoting it right, but in terms of the slave master thing. And I got what he was saying, because it's like, you got Hillary over here, you got Trump over here. Trump and Hillary both own slaves. But because Trump is blatant about his foolishness, he beat you. He keep you out there working 12 to 16 hours a day, but Hillary, she only make you work 10. Is she still not a slave owner? Is it still not right? Because the last time I checked, slavery is slavery. I don't care. So I would be one of them dudes. I'd be more like Django. I'm killing everybody. It's just as simple as that. Slavery is slavery. Anybody that support that, black, white, whatever, I'm killing everybody, because you're impeding my progress. You're trying to stifle me. You're trying to purposely hold me back from achieving greatness or achieving my full potential. Steve, not only to bite off Charlemagne and Envy and Angela Yee, not only are you the donkey of the day, you're the asshole of the millennium. So there you go. Keep doing what you do, Monique, although you did violate when you said what you said to Tyler, Oprah, and Lee Daniels. I'm like, but at the end of the day, they do owe you an apology. And you may never work on a big scale like that again with either one of the three of those people. But you do have a residency in Vegas. Focus on that. Get your money. Steve, go to hell. And let's move on to the next topic. The next subject, let's see. Let's talk about Kevin Durant. Love KD. Loved him when he was in OKC. Love him now that he with my team, Golden State. But to mention Stephen A. Smith again with his whack ass, I think he said that was the weakest move by a superstar. Okay. Well, I like Westbrook. Think Westbrook is an animal. But he was never going to win a championship with Westbrook. Never. Because Westbrook thought he was the man of the team. And KD got enough of that. And I don't care nothing about the fact that because the same thing, you know, they were up 3-1 on Golden State, just like Golden State was up 3-1 on Cleveland. It happened. You know what I'm saying? But I remember when Miami beat OKC, LeBron said out of his mouth that for as long as he was playing in the league, KD would never win a championship. Well, KD has beat you twice, LeBron, and I think you dope. You know, you're not greater than Jordan, but as somebody said, you know, there is no greatest of all time. Jordan was the greatest of his era. If we're going by the 60s, then Bill Russell was the greatest of his era. Magic and Bird were the greatest of the 80s, you know. LeBron is the greatest of this era. The only way I think KD, I said when KD first came into the league and he had the Nike commercial with Jim Kelly or what have you, I said everybody talking about LeBron. I said when it's all said and done, KD is going to be equal to Jordan when his playing career is over. I said this years ago. Now, whether it comes to fruition or not, I don't know. But I said this almost 10 years ago. Now, and the reason I felt that way, because he's nice. He's 6'10", 6'11", 7 feet. He's nice. He can handle the ball. He's the greatest scorer in the NBA right now. And he can do it all. He can really do it all. And but the only way, but he has to get out of his feelings, because he's still holding on to everything that people said about him when he went to Golden State. Later for that, man. You getting your money, you doing your thing. Don't worry about what people have to say. But at this point, the only way he's gonna surpass LeBron in that greatest of all time, or I'm the greatest basketball player in the world right now, is if he comes to New York, to the Knicks, or even Brooklyn for that matter. I don't want him to come to New York by himself. If he comes to New York, he definitely has to come to New York with another superstar, and they have to put some good pieces around him. If him and Kyrie, let's just say for instance, if the Knicks get the number 1 pick, everybody talking about, well, they should trade it so they can get Anthony Davis. No, keep Zion Williamson. If you can get Zion Williamson, keep him. Now you got KD, Zion Williamson, and Kyrie. If you can get those two, keep Zion. Don't trade him for Anthony Davis. Put some pieces around him. They will win a championship that first year. KD and Kyrie will get a statue in front of MSG if they do that. I'm like, it's not even up for debate. That's a guarantee. They will put a statue in front of Madison Square Garden. Kyrie will be inside like they got Shaq, but KD will be outside like Jordan is in front of the Chicago arena, and just like Magic is in LA. You know what I'm saying? KD just got to stay off social media. And it's hard because he's, 29, 30 years old, so he's a millennial. That's what they do. It is what it is. But as a fan of basketball, LeBron is killing it. I don't think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs this year, but anything is possible. We've got 25 games left. Anything can happen. If he could carry that Cleveland team the way he did last year, he could probably do the same thing this year. It's going to be hard after that groin injury, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. KD, stop being so sensitive. Stay off Instagram and Twitter, and keep doing what you do. And but Golden State is never going to be yours fully. That's Steph's team. You need to recognize that. I hope you stay there, but if you don't, and you go to New York, don't go to New York by yourself, because you can't win here by yourself, B. You can't. You just can't. What else is there to talk about? Let's see, because there's so much ignorance. I see your man R. Kelly talking about they got a third tape. If R. Kelly don't go to jail, he's going to kill himself. There's nothing else to say about that. You got these clowns from Public Announcement. They on Vlad TV now talking a lot and this and that and the other. Everybody want their 15 minutes of shine. That one dude, I can't think of his name from Public Announcement. He always wear the hat. He try to talk so proper. He don't know nothing. He never knew nothing. He doesn't know anything. He's a clown. I think all of them niggas are clowns. Excuse me for using the N-word, but that's just how I feel right now. But if he doesn't go to jail, R. Kelly is going to kill himself. You heard it here first. They're stopping his money all over. It's a crazy time right now. I don't know. I haven't been a fan in 18 years, so I don't care one way or the other if he goes to jail, if he doesn't. But he needs help. I'll say it like that. He needs help. No more judgment on my part. It's not my problem. I don't care. Just wanted to touch on that briefly. It's something else that's going on. A lot of things. I'm drawing a blank right now. I don't want to talk about. Let's talk about this Gucci thing because I just saw something just today. I just saw something on Instagram where Burberry made a hoodie and the drawstrings are made in the form of a noose. I'm like, yo. Now I'm looking at this like everybody just wants attention. Like, you mean to tell now in a couple of days they'll be putting out an apology. Well, we didn't mean to do that, and is we didn't think. Yeah, you thought. You just saw what happened with Gucci last week. I know Burberry is not pumping like that in the black community like it once was. That period, between when Ja Rule was wearing it. That's 2002. Let's just say from 2000 to 2005. Let's say like that's when Burberry was selling a lot. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me, that I don't wear Burberry anyway. Never had anything. Don't care. I'm like, but like, especially with the rate of people, because this is just not a race thing right here. This is like depression thing. People out here, like I worked with a girl I saw on Friday and had a conversation, didn't know she was going through anything, and the girl hung herself over the weekend. And this was about 6 years ago. So how do you make a hoodie and not know, that was, how does the creative team let that go out and then y'all market it, promote it, you wore it on the, like, who came up with that idea? I don't get it. Like, and I think, and then I saw something that Floyd Mayweather did last week, and I've always thought Floyd was kind of ignorant. Well, not kind of ignorant, super ignorant, just dumb for no damn reason. But T.I. said something stupid, talking about let's boycott for 3 months. And I get it. I say it's stupid. I get it because, black people, our minds, we too accepting of any and everything. So, you might be mad today. And then not even 3 months, 3 weeks from now, you like, well, they made an apology. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them a chance because I think Dapper Dan meeting with the guy from Gucci, if you believe if I have a clear understanding of what he was trying to say, it's almost like when dumbass Steve Harvey met with Trump. Well, if you can't be at the party or something like that, he said, if you're not at the table or whatever. Well, what did you accomplish, dummy, by going to meet with Trump? Not a damn thing. And the same thing with, Dapper Dan meeting with the guy, the head of Gucci last week. They're going to put in some initiatives to be more culturally diverse and who cares, man? Because at the end of the day, that you just did that because you don't want, because I literally believe in my mind that, people sit around and you like, how can we, what can we do today to, piss black people off or objectify them or make them look stupid or whatever? I really do believe this happens. In all organizations, corporations that sell clothing and this and that and other, like I said in the last video, none of them want us to wear their stuff. It's not made, it's almost like luxury brands are not made for poor people. They're made for rich people. They much prefer to see rich blacks. They probably don't want the blacks to wear it anyway, but they don't mind if let me not use him. They don't mind if Jason Whitlock wears a Rolex, because Jason Whitlock makes the type of money that warrants him to buy a Rolex if that's what he so desires. But little Raheem that's on the block, they don't want Raheem wearing their $30,000 presidential Rolex, and that's a cheap one. That's a cheap presidential Rolex. That's probably one from years ago. You can't get a 2018 presidential Rolex for $30,000. You know what I'm saying? But they much prefer to see Jason Whitlock as opposed to your average typical dude walking around my community right now with a Rolex on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it I don't know. I just don't that like I don't the blackface thing. It didn't bother me. Still don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Before this happened, because like I said, I've always been the type of person. I want something, then once I get it, I don't even. It makes me say, well, damn, I don't even wear it. I don't even use it. Why did I even want it? It's just something, I guess, to satisfy whatever it was that was going on in me at the time. I'm like, I don't wear my Prada sneakers. I haven't worn those in years. I don't wear my Louis Vuitton sneakers. I don't wear my Gucci sneakers. I'm not going to throw any of that stuff away, but I'd sell it. And I'm not even going to sell it if it out of sight, out of mind. I don't need it. I didn't need it when I bought it. I don't need it now. But I know going forward, I'm not supporting either one of the three brands that I just mentioned. I never wore Burberry, so I'm never going to buy their stuff. I'm just waiting for Ferragamo and a few other people to violate, you know. And then, matter of fact, I should sell all three of my belts that I have now, the two Gucci and the Ferragamo. Why wait? Just get rid of it. I'm like, I probably will do that today. I might post that. I don't know. But we got to do better. Every time I see somebody like Floyd and his man Adrian Broner, because I think they're running neck and neck for the dumbest niggas in the United States. I'm sorry. Right next to Soulja Boy. So them three, they running neck and neck and neck. Just dumbest asses in the world. What else? What else is there to talk about? I don't know. I've been up here 27 minutes, and I really don't know what else to talk about. But going forward, I think that's what I'll do. Instead of just talking about one thing, I think I'll just put it in the context and talk about a few things. I'll wrap this up. I don't know, but hope you had a good weekend, and I know there'll be some dumb foolishness going on this week. So yeah, I'll be able to talk about it. I'll probably end up making another video and posting it. But with that, thank you for your time. Hit the follow, like, and subscribe buttons, and until next time, peace.